taking a first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Burrow. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Joe Burrow in year number 2, moving around pretty good considering the seriousness of his injury last year. If you're a defensive coordinator here, what do you try to do to slow Joe Burrow down?
I think you want him to be in rhythm. I think you want him to be on time. And normally you want to take that away from a quarterback, make him hold it a little bit longer. But when he has a chance to maneuver around the pocket, sometimes get out of it, big plays result. I want him throwing the ball on time and then tackling the receivers so there's no extra yardage.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Burrow will throw. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. He gets away from one and brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. He's going deep for Brown. And, oh, that would get a wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass.
Yes.
Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. To return it, Darius Phillips. he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
First down. Here's Burrow. Flushed out right. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off near the 32. Touchdown, Vikings.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
Joseph now to have the PAT. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. 21-0, our score after one. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Monte Nicholson picks it. And some room to maneuver. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Nwangu. Picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Handoff here to Nwangu. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. 48 yards rushing for him now to this point. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a give running right, Nwangu. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Give left side here for Nwangu. Trey Hendrickson, an all-pro in New Orleans in 2020. There on the tackle.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Here's Mon. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. His throw incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off at the 36. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out.
And touchdown! It's complete. Justin Jefferson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They'll try and throw for it. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 24. And the return will cost him about a dozen yards or so, but his guys do indeed get the football back. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, a 5-yard touchdown run. And it's for pride now, but the Bengals get a bit closer. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They're going for Jefferson downfield. And this one is incomplete. So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And he's got room. And they will finally get to him down at the Bengals' 16-yard line. 98 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now a give, running left is Nwangu. Fighting through. And he's brought down. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Nwangu. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kene Nwangu with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Vikings are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Second and 10. Now it's Burrow. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Antonio Brown, 75 yards. And the Bengals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll have a decent amount of time, 55 seconds to work with to try to at least get down into field goal range. They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Handoff right side, Nwangu. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Mond looks to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And got his man complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 87 yards. And this Viking offense is running away with this one. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with 25 seconds to go, we'll see how they want to play this. And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Mond now off of play action. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Rolling to his right. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And, oh, that would get a wide-up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. On the give is Nwangu. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This taken in at the goal line. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster the first half. So where do they go from here?
The first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short game. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Mixon is going backwards here. Now they come in and drop him all the way back at the 4-yard line. On 2nd and goal. Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. And the defense rises to the challenge. They get him down for a loss of 2, and it brings up 4th and goal. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Here's a diving catch right side. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. First play's a run with Nwangu. Taking it right down Broadway. He's at the 50. The 30.
One play at a time. Here we go.
10. Touchdown, Vikings. Kene Nwangu making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Anthony Barr picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot.
No,
okay.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. Now Burrow loses the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's Nwangu. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the run is Nwangu. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Mond out of the shotgun. Escaping the pressure right. And here's a diving catch made behind the line of scrimmage. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run for it. It's Nwangu. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. From the gun, here's Mon. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
So 2nd and 10, third quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. Now Burrow. He goes full extension, and he's got it. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And this is caught. It's Brown. He's at the 30. 10, 5. Touchdown, Bengals. Antonio Brown. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bengals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Von Bell. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early?
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. Extra point by McPherson, up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said,
Just don't really do that in the NFL.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Past the 20.
It's over.
Touchdown,
It's over.
Vikings. A big play there with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Vikings are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. They'll look to throw. And the Vikings are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into Week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for Cincinnati. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Burrow. Dancing to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 16. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Another run now for Nwangu, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They go play action here. Mon drops this off with Nwangu. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. They're going to try and run. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And he will not make it to the goal line as this try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Steps away to his left. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. play action. That is caught. It's Uzomah. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Again, it's Burrow. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. Open man is Uzomah. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And a diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Mixon trying to punch it in. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Here's a run with Mixon, and somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
They'll look to throw. And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. A final shot now for Burrow. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Minnesota, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier